Hi, my name is Charlie Stern, and this is my response to the request for public commentary on the SUNY Charter School Institute proposal for an alternative pathway to teacher certification. So first, let me say how I come to this. I was on a board of education of a regular public school district, Mount Vernon, New York, for about 5 years. I founded a public charter school in Mount Vernon along with my wife, Deborah Stern, and I also served on the board of a public charter school in the Bronx for 3 years. So the first thing I would say is that, number one, we have to admit that the reason why there's a need for an alternative path to certification for teachers is there's severe shortage of teachers. So in the Mount Vernon Public School, year in and year out, we struggled with not having enough teachers on the first day of school. There were substitute teachers in dozens of classes year in and year out at the beginning in September. I know that my wife, who's an executive director of a charter school, struggles in the spring and summer to fill those positions, and the certification requirements, which of course she's always looking for, presents a challenge. So the first step is admitting that you have a problem and there is a teacher shortage. The second point is that there really needs to be, as a result of the first point, there needs to be a quicker path to certification. So I think what SUNY is trying to do, and I've had an opportunity to review the 12-page bureaucratic proposal type document that spells out what these new compliance requirements would be. There needs to be a quicker path because the graduate schools of education are simply not turning out a sufficient number of highly capable teachers who are appropriate to work in urban school environments. And so maybe the charter schools have an opportunity to incubate that ability in a way that their traditional graduate school path does not. Now, I will acknowledge it concerns me somewhat that this proposal runs counter to the traditional path of getting a master's degree on the way to the teacher certification. That certainly is a concern, but if the certification itself doesn't make the teacher teach better, I sort of have to say, well, what's the difference? And if somebody has a bachelor's degree and some experience in some subject matter, if the charter school can develop that ability, provide professional development and support to turn that individual into a highly capable teacher, then I think that CSI makes a good case. And the third and final point is that what I have seen in the public documents that are available with respect to the opposition to this proposal, it's all coming from the usual suspects. The Alliance for Quality of Education, the teachers' unions, and that makes me wonder if there isn't an underlying missing of the point. The point is to put a great teacher in the front of the class because the teacher is the factor that the school itself can control for more efficiently than any other factor in a kid's life. So there's nothing more important than who's at the front of the room. We should all be focused on trying to fill these positions with the most qualified people we can possibly get, and the certification and the compliance requirements, the licensure aspects of it are largely political and have less to do with teaching and learning. So that is my opinion. Thank you for this opportunity to provide public comment on this very important issue, and good luck.